This is the balsam tree. These blisters are full of sap, which are flammable, and many other uses. So if you see, if I just press on this, there you go. You see it oozing out. Yeah, we're just gonna have lunch here, a bit of a base camp. Get all the materials gathered for a fire. Here we go. We'll be putting up a tarp over here very shortly. Everything is wet, so birch bark, we'll need a lot of it. We're gonna break it down in layers and put a spark to it. You've probably seen this thousands of times in many videos. So name of the game here is just to really get this many layers of birch bark as thin as possible. I've got my tinder right next to it from the bottom of a spruce tree. So what we got going here. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit more birch bark so that catches. This right on top. Plenty of birch bark. I was just doing that with one hand, so I'll need some of this birch bark later. Okay, so I got the tinder, which was the birch bark. Now I've got the kindling. So I'm going to gather some more of this. I would have all the kindlings right at the bottom of the tree here, so I've got a nice little wood pile here. I'll start adding stuff to it now. Just add drier pieces. Start building up the flame. Okay, I'm going to gather some more. You get the idea. I'm just going to start building up now. So what I've done is I'm adding more and more of the kindling until the bigger pieces in there dry out. And this is where I'm getting from. This is where you gather the wood in the rain, after rain. It's just a little drier from these underneath the pine trees. Lower limbs are usually dead. Just like to update on the fire building. See, what I've done is I put long logs. Saves energy on me cutting them down. Basically, been finding some dead standing trees like so, pushing them over, cutting them when I have to with the saw I showed. But this is softwood. I want to develop a bed of coals first, dry out some of the wet wood, and now I'm going to have to eventually find some hardwood. So this is pine, spruce, cedar, all softwood. Burns pretty fast, but it's up and running now. So I'll be getting some more trees, as I was saying, and dead trees. Hopefully I can find some hardwoods. There are some maples around here, but it's predominantly a lot of the pines, and there's some oak. I'll have to find some dead oak and bring it along. So there you go, an established fire. But some hardwood would be really nice. You see, we built it slowly with birch bark, tinder, kindling, now the logs. It looks like I found some dead hardwood. I'm going to start adding that to the fire now that I have a base. Ideally, some ironwood, dead ironwood would be very good. And I'll see if I can find some. There's nothing like an established fire when things are damp and cold. As you can see, the importance of fire in a survival situation. Keep you warm, obviously, and to be found. Boiling water, and that comfort. So definitely know how to start a fire, how to maintain a fire, how to get a fire going when everything is wet. So check out my numerous fire starting videos, and I'm going to start myself a nice cup of tea very shortly, probably some pine tea with some wintergreen. See how I built a nice long fire as I warm up. And I just like to say these space blankets are really nice to relax and lie on. Keeps you dry from the ground. So rest, you know. If you don't need to stand up, sit down. If you don't need to sit down, lie down. And especially if you have a nice, dry, warm area to do so, like I do now. Keeping your feet nice and dry, and drying out my boots.